What will happen when a mysterious person comes to the hospital, wrapped in mystery? As the hospital staff takes care of a regular patient, they have no clue that this newcomer is about to reveal something unimaginable, transforming the everyday into a story full of surprises. The beginning. The story begins on a dark night when a very sick and mysterious old man was brought to the hospital. No one knew who he was, so they called him John Doe. The doctors managed to make him stable, but since they didn't have any information about him, they put him into a deep sleep to help him get better. The mysterious arrival. Then on the next day, something weird happens. A gray rock dove shows up in his room. The nurses get worried about germs, so they quickly get rid of the bird. But the next day, it's back. The hospital staff gets confused and curious because the rock dove keeps coming back, even trying to go into other patients' rooms. Everyone is talking about it, trying to figure out why this bird is so interested in the old man. Then the mystery gets even more puzzling when a nurse notices a small tube on the bird's leg. The hospital staff thinks this might be the key to solving the mystery about the bond between an unconscious old man and rock dove. But there is one big problem now, is to catch the bird. So they decide to open the window, hoping the rock dove will come back. And it does. The bird flies in and perches next to the old man's bed. The doctor tries to approach carefully, but a sudden move scares the bird away into the hallway. A crazy chase starts as everyone, including patients, tries to catch the bird. Finally, one patient says, "I got it," and the doctor catches the pigeon. They gently take off the tube, finding 2 pills and a folded paper inside. The note says, "Daily doses," but they still don't know why the old man needs these pills. Unveiling the mystery. The hospital staff gathered around the doctor and are scared about the mysterious pills. No one knew what these pills were, so they decided to consult the hospital pharmacist. Meanwhile, they needed to figure out what to do with the pigeon. They put the pigeon in a small cage, and it seemed okay with that. The doctor and a couple of nurses returned to the old man's room to look for clues in his medical records. When they couldn't find anything, the doctor decided to talk to the nurse who first saw the pigeon. The nurse could only say that the bird appeared when the man was admitted to the hospital. It was strange because the pigeon didn't seem like a pet. So, how did it find the man? The doctor thought maybe someone was closely watching the man and directed the pigeon. It sounded like a fairy tale, but it was the only logical explanation. The doctor even considered the idea that the pigeon might be the stranger's pet. Pigeons were once used as messengers, so maybe this one was delivering something. But why would someone send pills to an unconscious man in a hospital? Surprising revelation. To investigate further, the doctor talked to the hospital security team. They checked the cameras and found something surprising. A pigeon appeared at the same time every day for the past 2 weeks, landing on the old man's window. With this new clue, the doctor was still puzzled about the strange delivery. They took the pills to the pharmacist for a closer look and checked the hospital records. They gathered documents about the room's past occupants and had a meeting with the staff to discuss what they found. In the meeting, they found out that the mysterious pills were powerful drugs given to patients with serious injuries. It started to make sense. The pigeon was acting like a secret messenger for drugs. It was hard for the staff to believe that a real bird was involved in a drug deal at the hospital. The culprit unmasked. After looking into things more, the hospital staff figured out what was going on. The person who was previously admitted to the hospital had a history of trying to get strong painkillers from the nurses whenever he was there. His many visits in the past year, especially the most recent long one, made the staff suspicious. When they stopped giving him the medication, he found an unusual helper, a trained bird. Even though the patient was no longer in the hospital, the bird kept doing its job, not realizing that its recipient was gone. The police got involved, but the story doesn't have a clear ending. They couldn't find any clues, and the bird managed to avoid them when they tried to follow it to whoever was giving it the pills to deliver. That's all for today. Now it's your turn to share your thoughts about this story. What's the next story you'd like to know? Let us know in the comment section below, And be sure to subscribe so you won't miss any of these amazing videos on The Wild Wonder.